And we are live. Everyone to the Naturally for the very first live cross here on Forum Bites. I have got a massive audience of 0, understandably, because this is the very first one and I haven't even advertised it. But I thought this would be a perfect, unique way of talking to you about Forum Bites 2021, as well as, of course, naturally launching a live cross model. So as you can see here behind me here, I've been working on the plans for Forum Bites probably easily for the last 2 months, but I've been absolutely smashed at work and I've finally been able to pull it together. So a little bit of a sneak peek for you all. Number one, naturally, the content. The content for Forum Bites is going to be staying exactly the same as it has been. You know, the bite-sized chunks of around about 5-minute videos answering very particular questions about the forum experience. You know, making your forum experience better by doing X or trying Y or whatever we end up talking about. Those Forum Bites videos are based on requests from moderators, requests from forum members, requests from forum chairs or the forum committee or whoever else is looking for content. Because what I normally do is I get a question on either Facebook or YouTube or email. I sometimes get a phone call from chapter managers or even forum members. I get comments on the YouTube channel for more clarification, or have you done a video on X? And that's when I start pulling the content together. I either find out information myself working on my own experience, or of course I bring other people in and get them to share their experience, either with a podcast or an interview or whatever else we come up with. Now that is going to continue. And I do have to say thank you to everyone that has actually come forth and put forward your questions and called me and given me items to share experience in, or to get a certain particular subject covered on the forum journey, because that is where the value is generated. Answering questions that are needed, not trying to guess what people need. So that is 100% going to continue. Number 2 here is the live stream model. Which is just like now. We're going to be going down the live stream model because primarily this particular type of communication allows me to bring in other people and have a conversation about a particular subject when it comes to forum, whatever that subject is. I can bring forum experts in on that particular subject to share their own experience, to add more value, once again, to your forum journey. But the best thing about the live cross model, as I can see here with my total, as I said, of 0 audience, is I can actually see the amount of people coming online. I can then get comments directly from them and answer them here. Obviously, I won't be doing the live cross here on my phone. I'll be setting up something very, very different. And as you can probably see just in the background, I've got my podcast model just here that I want to be able to use, because then I'll be able to bring it all together and once again, try and deliver value as much as I can. This type of way of communicating is going to allow us to, I suppose, get together live. I can then get to know you personally rather than through videos, because that's what I love about these things. I love meeting EOers for the first time. I love getting to know them. I love hearing their story. And I just love just taking that step, getting to know people around the planet who have the same passion that I have, which is primarily, obviously, about forum, business and EO and family and everything else in general like those. Now, when it comes down to the topics we're going to be covering, once again, it depends on what we're going to be doing. I've got to work out a common thread from the point of view of when they're going to be going live. Because what I have to do is I have to have a regular broadcast model just like we do for our forums, for example, but I also need to choose a time when most people are available. I'm in Perth, Western Australia, just so you know. I'm about 12 hours ahead of the US, 8 hours ahead of like Dubai and also London, and it just depends on what type of topic the guest we're having, and I may have to vary it. But I've got to work that out myself, looking at my own diary, as well as talking about all the lovely people in the forum committee who pull together all the content behind the scenes. So that is one thing I'm going to be looking at, but I thought I'd at least introduce you to the model so you can get to know it. Obviously, when it comes down to communication about this live cross, we'll be able to communicate that through naturally through email. We'll be able to communicate that through same page like we always have about the videos. If you're subscribed, you'll get an automatic link up where about 30 minutes before we go live, as well as an email if we go live, as well as when we go live. So the communication model is easy for us to get together. And as I said before, there's going to be guests. It's not just going to be my bald head talking away. It's going to be me bringing people in to actually have a conversation about forum or whatever topic we're talking about on a regular basis. Because I think that's where the most value is. Some people ask me all the time, why are you doing this? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do with this live model? The easiest way I can put it is the amount of times I've gone around the planet and spoken with at EO events or to people at EO events, going to GLC, going to universities or whatever. And I catch up with an individual I haven't met before to talk about Forum, and we grab a beer and we have a conversation. I only recently beginning of the year, had a conversation with Peter Nuttall, who's the Forum Expert and Forum Committee member here. He's actually in Queensland. And we had such a great conversation about Forum, what are the challenges, what you can do, best practice learnings, that I wanted to try and bring all of you into those conversations. Because I've gained so much value over the time at those conversations. I thought, why not find a way to bring more people into them, even though we can't get together because of this COVID. So that's where the idea actually came from. And I'm hoping naturally you can support it and be part of it. But don't worry, all the information will be going out very, very soon. And the last one, of course, naturally, is the podcast model. Back, as I said before, is my road podcast. And I'm looking forward to reusing that again. All of the Forum Bites episodes, I'll be making sure they're made into a podcast model, as well as, of course, naturally, the live cross. I'm hoping it's going to depend on the audio. Because then, naturally, on the podcast of Forum Bites, you'll have all of the information. Because I'm very much about giving the information to people in a way they want to consume it, rather than force them to consume it another way. Because once again, I'm just here to try and help you with your Forum journey. That's it. How you consume that is actually more up to you than up to me. But I'll try and make the options as best I can. The last one there, of course, naturally, is guests, as you can probably see just behind me, that are going to be having guests, because it's not just going to be my talking bald head. So now I know we're coming to the very end of the year, and it's really tough out there right now. A lot of people are facing being locked down again. A lot of people are facing business closures again. Some people are in lockdown still, and it's a very tough time of year. It's Christmas, where we're supposed to be all getting together, and it's just highlighting again that we can't. I just wanted to say to all of you, I do hope you have a great Christmas as much as you can and a safe New Year. I look forward to working with all of you again in 2021 because I get a true kick out of this. This is one of the reasons why I got through 2020, to be honest, because I was able to deliver this type of content, getting to know new people while I was facing a very tough time at work, at home, just everywhere. Just a very, very tough year. So once again, you got any questions? You know what to do. Leave it below. If you're interested in the podcast, in the live cross, you got to subscribe so you get the information. So do hit that subscribe button now. And I'll see you very soon in the next episode. And I've got to press stop now. There. See ya.